This was a joint effort of the Hoffman Estates Park District and the Village of Hoffman Estates. I would like to thank the Commission, Scott Trappan as chairman, that really put this together. We really appreciate it. This time I'd like to ask Chaplain Phyllis Harmon come and give the invocation.
I would like for you to join in my prayer and to think about those that you love and you want to continue to remember in spirit as well as with these lovely sculptures. So if you would just, it's called a litany of remembrance, and if you would just say, I remember, or we remember them. So, in the rising of the sun and it's going down, I remember them. In the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter,
remember them.
In the opening of buds and the rebirth of spring,
Remember them.
in the blueness of the sky and the warmth of summer,
Remember them.
in the rustling of leaves and the beauty of autumn,
Remember them.
in the beginning of the year and when it ends,
Remember them.
when we are weary and when we are in need of strength,
Remember them.
when we are lost and sick of heart, when we have joys which we were eager to share. As long as we live, they shall live, for they continue to be a part of us as we continue to remember them. I would like to end with a prayer of blessings for all of us, but especially for all of you. Being it November, a Native American month, I would like to use the Apache blessing. And so, if you would just put your hand this way to bless each other. I ask that, and we ask that the sun bring your energy by day, the moon rescue you safely by night, the rain wash away your worries, the beautiful breeze bring you new strength into your beings, and may each of us walk gently through the world and know the beauty of life all the days of our lives. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Harmon, for your inspiring words. Now I'd like to ask Scott Trappan, the chairman of the Children's Memorial Committee, to come up and to relay a history of the creation and implementation of this. Scott?
Well, thank you very much, Mayor McLeod, and everyone here today. It's just wow. It's amazing to see so many people out here today. And really in November, when have you ever seen such a perfect day in November? So God is really smiling and saying, hey, this memorial is pretty blessed, and just the number of people in here and everything. And thanks for the, where did Phyllis go? Thanks so much. What I wanted to do is take a few minutes and really talk about the memorial. And back in, I want to say 2003, 2004, Ed Frank, who you'll be meeting in a little while, came to the village board, Mayor McLeod and the board, and talked about an idea for a children's memorial. If you remember, at the time there were several makeshift memorials throughout the town in very dangerous locations, and really were just something that was just didn't feel right. And we were able to, the village board in 2004 decided, you know what, let's build a children's memorial in Hoffman Estates. And the idea started from there, and the mayor and his team put together a commission, which I'm proud to be chair on. We have several commission members here that we'll be introducing in a little bit. But from there, it went into the typical committee process, believe it or not. Politics, government, committees, everything, and that's why it's 5 years here now. And we were able to enlist some great talent. A lot of talented firms in Hoffman Estates and everything who came forward and with ideas and help and everything. And ultimately we picked this site on the corner of the village hall where everyone could come in and see, where it was a place where outside of Health and Human Services and where people as they drove into the village hall could see the Children's Memorial, so that we could remember the children, number one. And also give a place then to do the memorials that were so important to the people and still are so important, and do it in a place where not only can we do the memory of the child, but we can do it in remembering the pieces of the children that are so cool to us that we wish we still all had: the innocence, the carefree nature, the ability to laugh at anything and stuff like that. And so this whole memorial was designed around those qualities and those characteristics, because because that's what we want to remember, and that's what we as a village want you to remember as you come to this memorial. We're going to be unveiling several statues, and I'll be telling you about them shortly. But the whole idea of the memorial, as you look around, and I know everyone can't see it, but we have several statues which will replicate children at different stages in their life and doing different functions at their life. We've got the benches here and the landscaping, which it's November, you can't see, but come back next spring because I think you'll be amazed at the flowers and the color and everything that are around here. And then so we've got a place where we can sit, we can remember, we can look at some statues and say, yeah, I remember that day when we flew a kite, or we were on a teeter-totter, or we were doing that. In the center, you'll see there's a concrete circle, and the purpose of the concrete surface is that circle is where we'd like the memorials to be put in there. And we're going to start today within here by putting the first bouquet of flowers down in the middle of the concrete circle. But this is where we would expect people to be able to come in and do their makeshift memorials, sit at the bench and remember, just like they had been doing on the side of a dangerous road in the past, or in a weird place, an unsafe place. But this is where we'd like to do it, and that is how this whole memorial is set up. It was done with a lot of work from a lot of people, and that I think was the coolest part about this whole memorial. Mayor McLeod alluded to the partnership between the Park District and the Hoffman Estate, Village of Hoffman Estates, especially the Public Works. This is their handiwork, and I'm proud to be a commissioner of Hoffman Estates. I get to do the rah-rah because we are a gold medal. We are the #1 park district in the nation for 50 to 100,000 people just elected this year. But the reason that we are is because we have so many talented people on our staff, but also because of the relationships with the different government entities, and projects like this that are done between the Park District and the village is what stands out in the national spotlight. So our crews, the villages and the Park District, built this themselves. That's how great they are, and it's a great partnership and everything. So that's how we got this accomplished. And the commission members who helped design and do this, we have Barbara Barnes with us right here today. And of course we have Ed Frank with us today, who again you'll be meeting. And I don't see, there's only a handful of others who I don't see here today. Jennifer, Debbie Humphreys is here. She snuck in the middle. And then Jennifer Barnes, Jan Kender, and Adrian Cozen were all a big part of it. So we're really proud of them. We do have from the Park District, we do have Dean Bostrom also here, our executive directors in the back. I know Keith and Lally were, but Dean was the guy who put the staff together to do this. John, his guy who was on the ground here, was unable to make it today. Standing next to Dean back there is Ken Hari, who is, and I think Jim Norris is somewhere around there, over here, our village manager. But they were also the group that helped put this together. The Public Works people were on the ground helping here build this as well. So thank you guys, thanks to the Park District and thanks to the Public Works. And they were big sponsors, so what we did for them is put up here, there's a brick recognizing the Hoffman Estates Park District and the Hoffman Estates, Village of Hoffman Estates Public Works for building this memorial. We also couldn't have done it without a lot of great sponsors, and part of the memorial here is along the edges there's bricks that are in a different pattern, and all the people who donated, or the companies who donated and will donate, have received a brick along the edge here, and whether it was like-kind services or actual money, and we'll continue to do that with the sponsors. The other part of the design of the memorial is in the middle is a herringbone pattern where you can read each of the children who have passed, and families have brought a brick to remember them here. Unfortunately, there were 6 more bricks that were ordered after we had our final order in for today, and in next month they'll be put in. But we expect that every time that a new brick is ordered, we will come in and put the name of the child in here. And that's what the design of the pattern is here before. Lastly, we had some amazing sponsors who came up and purchased statues for the memorial. And I'm going to call them up and ask them to help the mayor unveil them and talk a little bit about the statue.